guys. Right now, one of the most important things that you guys see here with us is that we're big on self-development. We are a company that's dedicated to you just becoming better and better. We still got people joining, right? So it's very important for us, for me, right, that you guys grow, right? Progress is something that comes with effort, right? And you guys can see that we put a lot of effort into you guys growing. This next guest speaker is someone that's a personal friend of mine. He's a mentor of mine, somebody that, that I'll let him tell the story, right? But someone that I definitely look up to, right? And I want to share him with you guys. And I do mean share him with you guys because I am greedy with my personal circle, right? I protect him and I think that they protect me. And I think that that's another lesson that you can take away from today's call, because when he contacted me, He's like, yo, Q, I'm in New York. Is there any way that I can add value? And I said right away, yeah, absolutely. I want these guys to hear from you this week, right? And he picked the time, and then at that point, he called me yesterday and he's like, Q, I got to head to Puerto Rico, but don't worry about it. I'm definitely going to be here for your call. So I told him, I'm like, yeah, that's a big flex too. But, it's just, he's someone that's definitely going to always be there for me. And I'm always going to be there for him. And I encourage you guys to get these type of friends, these type of mentors inside of your life, right? People that you can count on, and so that they can count on you. So with that being said, we could have went a lot of different areas, a lot of different ways. I mean, he can talk leadership. He can talk personal finance. He can talk investments. He can definitely talk door to door, since that's the industry that we come from, that he comes from. We can talk sales. But when it came back and I thought about what he's done with his personal brand, I said to myself, man, wow, he's been able to build, just an empire for himself in terms of building his own personal brand. So he got a lot to speak to you guys about. I think that you guys should have pen and paper ready. I got mine, pen and paper ready, right? Because we want to take some notes, and then definitely don't forget at the end, I am going to be asking you guys, what did you guys learn? So without further ado, please give a warm welcome for my friend and mentor, Djeffson Athis, guys. Give it up.
Man, why did you do this to me? If you guys in a position where I can see you, if you're in a position where you can put on your camera on, because if I see you in Brooklyn, guys, I'm always in Brooklyn, I want to be able to give you guys a hug. So if you're in a position, guys, where you can turn on your camera, I love to see you. So Q, thank you so much, man, for allowing me to speak to your team. Misha, I see you, girl, killing it. The first thing I want to share with you guys this morning, Q, I don't know if you can give me an opportunity to share my screen.
Try it now, brother.
All right, perfect. So make sure, and I know this is not going to be perfect, but please bear with me and try to read it. So this is going to be high, and this is going to be energy. Okay, and then this is gonna be equal, and then this is gonna be high, okay, income. All right, so this is high energy equal high income. Now I want you guys to say this with me, right, to get started. And there is a way you can do that on Zoom. If you're on your computer, you can just hit the space bar. It's gonna unmute you back right away. You can hold it, hit the space bar. You guys we're gonna be able to speak at the same time. But I wanna hear you guys saying with me, high energy equal high income, because in this business, if you desire to make a lot of money, guys, you need to have a high energy. Yeah, you never see Quincy gonna get in front of a team and then he's like, man, guys, how are you today? No, you're never gonna see me in front of a team and say, hey guys, no, we're gonna have high energy. And the reason why we have high energy, guys, because there's a principle in business we understand. High energy equal high income. You guys with me? I got to feel it. I got to feel it. You guys with me?
We're with you. We're with you. We hear you.
Yeah. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna say high energy equal high income. 1, 2, 3, 4.
High energy
High income.
High energy, guys, equal high income. I have a second one for you. Not takers or money makers. Not takers or money makers.
No takers or money makers.
No takers
No
or money
takers
makers.
or money
Guys,
makers.
you desire to make a lot of money, you got to take notes, right? Listen, I'm here as the speaker, but guess what? I have a pen and I have a notebook. Why? Because I know Quincy gonna drop something I can take back with me. Not takers or money makers. So how many of you would love to build a personal brand, guys, where you can have client come to you instead of you going to them? If that's you, say I am. Please
Yes.
type it in the chat for me.
I am.
I know the reason why I'm asking you guys to participate, by the way, is because you tend 85 to 90% of the information you participate with me. So I know for some of you, after I'm done here, you probably may forget this guy. But if I have you guys say it with me, I know that information gonna stay in your head. So that's the reason why I'm asking you guys to participate with me. Okay, so it's not because I want you guys to repeat a bunch of things after me. It's because I want you guys to retain the information. So, like, I'm gonna ask again, how many of you guys right now in this call would love to build a personal brand where you have people, you have customers knock on your doors instead of you knocking on their doors? If that's you, I want you guys to be with me and say, I am.
I am.
I am.
Perfect. So after I show you guys how to do that, how many of you guys will promise me that you're gonna take that information, you're gonna execute that information sooner rather than later? If that's you, say I promise.
We will implement that now.
I promise.
Now, I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yes,
Guys,
right now.
give yourself a hand, guys, for being here. Give yourself a hand for being here. Oh, I have another question for you. How many of you guys would know who I am? I know Quincy know. I know Misha know. Right? If you know who I am, you can raise your hand.
I know who you are.
Okay, perfect. How many of you guys who don't know who I am?
I do not know.
Perfect. All right. So for those of you guys who know who I am, is it okay for me to tell the guys that don't know me who I am? That's okay with you. Say, DJ, that's okay.
DJ, that's okay.
That's okay. All right, guys. So this is the part where, you know, Quincy talk about this guy built multiple $1 million business. They started in door to door. He's in Puerto Rico now. He was in New York. He drove a Lamborghini. All this cool, the stuff they're cool. But guess what? None of this started that way. In fact, if you met me in 2009, if you met me in 2010, you think my English is bad right now? It was worse. So I don't know any of you guys. I mean, I know Misha is Jamaican. Any of you guys were born where like you only speak English? Good. So most people in this call, you guys only speak English. Quincy only speak English. Misha, I know you're Jamaican, so you speak Patois and you speak English. But guess what, guys? English. Anybody from Haiti in here?
I'm from Haiti.
I am.
Oh, yes. What's your name, brother?
I'm Dudley.
Dudley.
Yeah.
Anybody else from Haiti?
I am.
Oh, she's from Haiti too. Perfect. Yeah, right. So you guys, but guys, guess what? When I came here, I didn't speak the language. I mean zero English. So my first job was the business to business. I remember I went to that office. I spent 3 months, and I didn't make no sale. How many sales I didn't make? No sales, zero. In fact, I remember my manager, Anna, Dominican lady, she called me in the office and said, Jeff, listen, bro, one, you don't speak the language. Two, you're shy. I don't think this is for you. You should quit. And then I remember asking her, listen, would you please let me stay for 1 more week? And she's like, okay, no problem. You know, obviously you don't bother me here. You can just stay for 1 more week. And I remember there's a gentleman in that office. His name is Djeffson Athis. Quincy know who he is. I think Misha know who he is too. He was the #1 sales guys of that office. And I said, Dex, is it okay for me to go outside and shadow you, bro? He's like, oh, no problem, my son. You can come with me. So I went outside with him. And that day, he made 3 sales. But there's one thing that I noticed from him. He said literally the same sales speech to every single one over and over. And I asked him another question. I said, hey, Dexter, is it okay for me to record you? He said, yes, my son, no problem. So I recorded him. I went home that weekend. I went out with him on a Friday. I went home that weekend and studied the sales speech word for word. Now, to be quite frank with you and to be honest with you, I don't think I understood exactly what was in that sales pitch, but I didn't really care because all I wanted was result. And guess what, guys? The week after, after 3 months, I made my first sales. Now, what is the business lesson that you guys can learn from that? Success leave clues. If there is somebody who already have the result you desire, you can just model them. I didn't say copy. I said model them. So there's probably somebody inside of your organization right now that's doing well. But a lot of time we have ego. We don't want to learn from other people. Guys, do the same thing I did. Figure out the person who's making the most sales inside of this company right now and ask them. If you, in fact, pay them, say, hey, bro, I want to go outside with you. Hey, if you have some money, I want to buy you lunch if you want. and I want to be able to shadow you for 2-3 hours. And it's exactly what I did with Dexter. I shadowed him for 1 week. I went home, I studied. I didn't just record the conversation and then went home and didn't do the work, because nothing is going to work for you guys unless you do the work. So I went home and studied him word for word. And guess what? I went to every single door. I closed my eye to every single business owner, and I laid down my sales pitch. Later on, inside of that company, I became the #1 sales guy inside of that company. Why? Because I knew one thing that I always had the work ethic. I knew I always have to work. Now, this business, guys, can get you to whatever level you guys want to get. But guess what? When Quincy, he called me my coach, right? I call him my coach because it's, guys, if I tell you the stuff that I get to learn from Quincy, and for you to be in a position to be learning from this guy, it's a blessing. I don't know if you guys understand this is a blessing, but for me, I know Quincy, we work in the same office. He had a chance to mentor me in the Brooklyn office. Now you guys have a chance to learn directly from him. That's a blessing. Now, the second lesson you guys can learn from that. I remember in the beginning what I said to you, I spent 3 months not making no sale. Now, how many of you will say, you know what, this thing is not working for me? I want to quit. There's another business principle you guys can always learn from this, is work, always work. I'll say it one more time. There's another business principle you guys can learn from this. Work, always work. Here's the problem. A lot of time, most people don't give work enough time to work inside of them before the results show up on the outside. Because you see that you don't have the new car, you don't have the new house, you don't have the epic vacation, you don't have the whatever you desire. You're like, you know what, this door-to-door thing is not working for me. Guess what? I'm sorry to tell you, it's working for you. You got to give it time, guys, to work on you first before you can start seeing the result on the outside. So even if when I spent 3 months not making no sale, it wasn't because it wasn't working for me, baby. It was working for me. In fact, why do you think I became the #1 sales guy after that? The reason why, I got so many no's. I got so many no's from customers. Guess what? I only left with yes. Because I went to so many no's from my customer. When the customer say, I got to think about it, I knew what to say. When the customer said, I need to speak to my wife, I knew what to say. It was working on me first. But a lot of you guys, you come inside of this business, you desire the nice car and in all the great stuff you desire in your life. You just come and say, Quincy, you know what I mean? This is not working for me. I'm sorry, guys. It is working on you. So you got to give it time. So I don't know if there is somebody on the team right now, you've been struggling to make sales on the first week, on the second week, on the third week, on the first month, on your second month. It doesn't matter, guys. I want to tell you this. It's working on you right now. You got to give it time to work on you until you start seeing the result. How many times, Q, you have somebody inside of your sales office that's been like 2-3 months, but not making no sales, and then boom, next thing you know, they become a superstar. We see this all the time. So work, always work. That's the thing that you have to keep inside of your head. Another business principle, guys. We're going to talk about what we call the be, do, have. Be, do, have. I learned this business principle from my coach, Myron Golden. It literally changed my life. And I see why some people got result in their life and some people don't have result in their life. So let me share my screen again. And when we talk about the be, do, have, again, please don't make fun of me. You can tell I'm a doctor, right? My handwriting is not the best. So let's stay here. Be, do, have. Here's the thing. Most people want to have the things. They want to have the nice car. They want to go on the nice vacation. They want to have the nice house. They want to have the epic family. They want to have. But guess what, guys? That's not how God set it up. That's the reason why God didn't say have, do, be. He said be, do, have. You have to become the person that can do the thing so you can have the things that you desire in your life. Now, what do I mean by be? They call us human being for a reason. And how do you become somebody? How do you become somebody else, guys? You become somebody by learning. Now, the question you're probably asking me, DJ, what is the purpose of learning? The purpose of learning is mastery. What do I mean by that? Most people, they don't master anything. How do you master something? You master something when you know, like if I tell you, listen, tie your shoes right now, you can tie your shoes without looking at it. If I say ride your bicycle, you can ride your bicycle without looking at you riding the bicycle. That's mastery. If I tell you what is your sales pitch, you can't wake up in the middle of your sleep and tell your sales pitch, you give me your sales process, you don't master it. Because when you master something, you don't need to have notes. See, I'm doing this presentation right now. I don't need to have no notes. I'm literally doing this on the top of my head. Because those information I mastered them because they're here, they stay there. So if I say to you, hey, I need to think about it as an objection, you don't know what to say, meaning you didn't master that. If I say to you, I need to go speak to my spouse, you don't know how to handle that objection, meaning you didn't take the time to master it. That's what I call the mastery. So the purpose of learning, guys, is not just take Quincy's sales pitch or the sales process he gives you, and then next thing you know, you study it one time, second time, third time, and then if Quincy wake you up in the middle of the night, hey man, when a customer say, hey, you know what, I gotta go sleep on it, what do you say? If you can say, guys, you didn't master it. So in order for you to have the things that you desire, guys, that process, that part of it, you have to focus on it on the beginning. Yes, I know some of you here want to make your first $100,000. Yes, I know some of you guys here want to make your first $1 million, your first $500,000, your first $50,000. But guess what? It's not gonna happen unless you choose to become that person, unless you choose to start learning the things that's gonna allow you to have the things that you desire in your life. If you guys with me, say I'm with you, DJ.
We're with you.
With you.
With you.
We're with you.
You have to master these things. And this is why Quincy will tell you, man, I'm always studying. And I don't just study, guys. I study to master things. Like I study them over and over. I read a book over and over. I watch a video over and over because I want to master, because the purpose of learning is mastery. So now if you want to become the type of guys that make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, guys, it's easy. If obviously you want to take that time to become that person that's going to master how to make $10,000 a month. Now, guess what? Once you become that person, guys, the second part you got to do it, baby, you got to do the work. Because a lot of us want to go to heaven, man. We don't want to die, right? You have to do the work. You're not gonna just sit on your beautiful couch and think the money gonna fall off the trees and come to you. You gotta be outside the field, guys. Why do you think I outsell Dexter? That's why he's a great sales guy. But guess what? I had something that worked for me that didn't work for him. I knew he spends 3 hours in the field. That's good. He still can make 3 for sale because he's skilled. I didn't have that type of skill. But guess what I did, baby? I did 7 hours. Now, I don't care. Dexter, at the end of the week, you made 3 sales a day. You made 16 sales for the week. I still made 16. The paycheck is still going to be the same. Doesn't matter. I worked 40 hours. You work 24 hours. Guess what? It's the same result. But I knew that's going to work for me. I knew I couldn't do it in 3 hours. What I did, guys, I worked 6, 7 hours in the field. Guess what? I did the work. And once you do the work, all the other things that you desire in your life, guys, the nice car, the nice vacation, the nice house, whatever it is, you know, wherever you want to go, anytime you want to go, you'll be able to have them. But the problem with most people, we just want to have without actually become that person, without learning how to become that person, without doing the work. And then we keep saying, you know what, things doesn't work for us. No, guys, things always works for us. We got to give it time to work on us first before we start seeing the result on the outside. You guys with me?
Yes.
You guys with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I losing you guys? You guys sleep? You guys sleeping?
No, we hear you.
If you
We hear you.
guys feel like you are getting some value out of this, please drop some fireball on the chat for me. If you feel like you are getting some value out of this, guys, I want you guys to drop some fireball for me.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, another business principle. I'm teaching you guys principle, right? Because I think once you learn based on principle, these things stay with you. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about recession. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about the market is down. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about Bitcoin, crypto, whatever the hell they call it. Once you understand those principles in your life, guys, if you go broke, it's your fault. If you go broke, it's not going to be Quincy's fault, because those information, once I understood them, guys, they completely changed my life. Now, there is something that I teach all the time. It's called the 4 levels of values, right? Let me see if I can erase this. Once you understand this, guys, if you go broke in your life again, it's on you, right? We're going to talk about the 4 levels of value. 4 levels of value. All right, perfect. And you're going to see why some people stay poor and then why does the other people get rich. And once you understand that, guys, you guys can just do the same, apply the same principle in your life, then you become rich too. So the first level of value here, we call it implementation. Now, implementation. Hopefully you guys can consider spelling. If I spell it wrong, do me a favor. This is A to Z here, okay? If I don't spell it right, just take one of those letters and then put it there and spell it for me correctly, okay? It's right there for you. From A to Z, just pick one if I spell it incorrectly. Okay, so implementation, guys. How many of you ever been inside of a hotel and you see that the people that clean the floor, that fix the bed, how many of you guys have seen these people? How many of you guys agree that these people work very hard? Like if they work hard, type for me in the chat, very hard. If you think they work hard. Perfect. Yes. How many of you guys agree with me? They're also the one that get paid the least amount of money in that hotel.
Minimum wage, probably.
Minimum wage, probably. Why do you guys think that? Reason why, go ahead.
Because they can get away with it. Because they're employers. There's a culture that allows them to get away with it. That's why.
Cool. I love it. So the reason why, guys, when you are an implementer, depending on the company you work for, you make around 40, if you're lucky, 40K. Come on now. Next time I'll have my iPad. It won't be that hard. Around 40K to 60K. Now, the reason why, guys, they make that kind of money is because they are using their physical being. Now, here's the thing. Money is not a physical thing. Money is a spiritual source. So because they are using their time and they are using their hands and they are using their physic, now, if you take something physical, guys, would you say this is something, it's something physical cannot be at multiple times and multiple places at the same time? This phone can only be here or it can only be there. It cannot be multiple places at the same time. So meaning it's limited. So if you are using something physical to create an outcome of something spiritual, it's always going to be limited. So that's why somebody who's an implementer, meaning they're using their time and they're using their physical being to create a lot of money. They don't make a lot of money, guys, because they are using their physics, which is limited, to create an outcome of a product of something which is a spiritual thing. Money is a spiritual thing. What do I mean by that? How many of you guys have money right now in your bank account? You do, right? If I say, Quincy, send me some cash app right now in Puerto Rico, can you send me some cash app? Real quick. If I say, hey, Quincy, if you say, Misha, here's my ATM card, go to the ATM without you being there, can she take money out of the ATM? Yes, she can. Can she sell some money?
Yep.
So would you agree with me? A spiritual thing is something that can be at multiple places at the same time. So if you are using today, and by the way, guys, everyone starts somewhere. I used to be an implementer too. I used to be a stock boy. I work in the stock room in downtown Brooklyn. I used to be that guy, right? But guess what? I realized if I keep selling my time, right, and I keep using my physical being to make money, I'm never gonna be able to be rich because I'm using the wrong system or the wrong source to be able to make money. That's why anyone that's like working at, the only one that's a bus driver, anyone that's working in the hotel, they never get rich, guy. Why? Because they're using a limited source to create something, a limited outcome to create something that's spiritual, which is unlimited. So you cannot be an implementer in life, guys, if you want to make a lot of money. If you're here now, that's fine, right? If you have a second job now, I don't know why you would want to do that, because I'm going to show you where you get rich inside of the 4 level of value, right? The second level of value is unification. Unification. Those are what we call pretty much the managers. So these people, depending on which company they work for, right? They work for, let's just say a big Zara, a big corporation. They might make around 80K to 120K a year. Now, why do you think their income is limited? Their income is limited because all they do is pay attention to the people that implement the stuff. But they still have to sell the time for a little bit of money. They still have to use their physical being to be there, guys, to make sure they pay attention to the people, to the other. They still have to do that. Now, because they have a higher education, of course, they make more money, but you can't get rich, guys, being somebody that's just there being a manager. You just can't. Now, the third level of value, this is where me and you and Quincy and the other people get rich. You guys ready? See if you guys ready, say I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm ready.
The
Ready.
third level of value, guys, is communication. How many of you guys know Rihanna? If you know Rihanna, if you know Rihanna, type yes. How many of you guys know Joel Osteen? Type yes if you know Joel Osteen for the Christian people. How many of you guys here know Tony Robbins? How many of you guys know Quincy Sims? How many of you guys know me now? How many of you guys knows a lot of speakers, a lot of singers? Why do you guys think, would you guys agree these people make a lot of money? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Tony Robbins got a lot of money. Joel Osteen got a lot of money. Rihanna, she got a lot of money. Chris Brown got a lot of money. All these people, all those speakers, entrepreneurs, they have a lot of money. Why do you think they have a lot of money, guys? Because they're using their mouth. They're using language. Why do you think salespeople like us, a guy like me that came from Haiti, that didn't went to school, not even 1 second in America, build multiple $million business? Why? Because I learned to use my mouth to communicate a message so we can inspire other people. I learned how to sell door to door, guys, and go to multiple doors. Hey, my name is Djeffson from Verizon Files. The reason I stopped at blah, 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 right? And I did it for 10 years. And even if I didn't have whatever the degrees and stuff, but when I make a $10,000 check, but they don't care. They say, hey, that's all I did is use my mouth. So if you desire to become rich in your life, guys, around here, you can make from the 1 million to the 150 million, even more, babies. Salespeople. That's why we won the world. That's why we killed the world. It doesn't matter whether you don't need to have a PhD or master. I don't know how you call it, because I don't even know those terms. You just need to learn how to sell, guys. And now this is not coming from me. You just said it yourself. Anybody that you know that use the mouth today in a good way, Joel Osteen, Tony Robbins, the speakers, like you just said it yourself, Jeff, they're rich, they have a lot of money. So I don't know if you've been questioning yourself here, oh, is door-to-door is for me? Is selling door-to-door is the right thing for me to do? Well, if you're somebody that desires to be rich, I would advise you at least learn how to communicate. I would advise you at least learn how to sell, guys. Because you can see it here. Anyone who wanna be in those type of, who wanna be in the next level of value, the third level of value, guys, this is where you get rich. You have to learn how to sell. So I know your parents probably telling you right now, hey, listen, go to school, get back, go get a degree. I have 0 of them. And I'm not saying because I bought my company last month did $563,000 in revenue. And I didn't lift a finger. All I did was I used my mouth to communicate. So I'm encouraging you guys right now. You are at the right place at the right time, where you have a leader right now that's going to teach you guys the skills you need for you to become rich. So when somebody want to make $100,000, guess what, baby? Go knock some doors. You want to make $200,000, go knock some doors. You want to make $1 million, go knock some doors. Because guess what? Quincy can't limit you. He doesn't have that power. Why? Because this is what happened when you learn how to sell. So the third level of value in life, guys, this is where you get rich. If you're going to take focus on anything in your life right now, just say, you know what? I am going to become a master. Remember what we said in the beginning, the purpose of learning is mastery. I am going to become a master sales guy. I am going to become a master communicator. So when I have my idea, so when I have my product, I can sell it to other people. This is the third level of value. And then the last level of value, guys, is where you become the billionaire, which you guys see and not somebody else did it. It's called imagination. This is where you come with the Billy part, when you start making the billion. Look at Rihanna. Guess what she did? She used her mouth to sing as a singer. She spent the last 4 years, guys, not singing. Guess what Rihanna did? She imagined a product. You guys know what product that is? Type it for me in the chat. I'm sure the ladies know. Quincy probably don't know, but I'm sure the ladies know. Talk to me. Savage X, Fendi. Thank you. She imagined Fendi, guys. And guess what? She's now the youngest female billionaire by now. This is the next level. Once you can imagine a product, you can sell it 24/7 on the clock. Then you know this is when you're killing it. But I want you guys to focus on the third level, right? Because this is exactly where you guys are right now. You are in sales. If I know for some reason you've been thinking about, oh, this is the right thing for me, if this is something I should be doing, if you got one foot out, one foot in, you got a part-time job, and you know you're trying to go find make a little bit of money, you ain't gonna get rich in your other part-time job, guys. In your other gig that you have, you're just not. And it's not because I'm saying it's not how it's set up. Just look at the proof in front of you. Anyone you know who's a communicator, they make a lot of money. Entrepreneur, we make a lot of money. Salespeople, we like a lot of money. Why do you think we make a lot of money, guys? Because we are using language. Is language something spiritual? Yes. I am here right now in Puerto Rico. I'm having a conversation with you. I know Quincy is maybe in the Bronx right now. I know Misha is in the Bronx. I know some of you might be in Brooklyn. Some of you might be in the other town, part of the town. But you still can hear my voice because that is something spiritual. So you are using, right, a spiritual source to produce an outcome which is spiritual also. That's why language and money, when you learn how to speak, you make a lot of money because those two sources, those two types of energy, they combine together. That's why you make a lot of money. Now, if you are using your physical being to try to make a lot of money, sorry, it's just not going to happen because one is limited, the other one is not limited, guys. They're going to clash. That's why people's like, you know what? I want to get a second job. I want to get a third job. They never get rich. Why do you think they never get rich? Because when you get a second job or a third job, you only get tired. You don't get more money. You just get more tired. They only talk about, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. If you just want to get rich, guys, just become good at here. So you guys with me so far, drop some fireball. I know you guys want to talk about some personal branding. I'm gonna talk. Quincy, by the way, how long do I have, bro? Because I'll go for 3 days. You gotta tell me. I forgot to ask that part.
Brody, I don't want to stop you at all. This call goes for an hour though, and we just
Okay.
want to make sure, man, that we get as much value from you as possible. So thank you.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right. So I'm just making sure. Perfect. All right, guys. So type for me everything we produce after its own kind. Everything we produce after its own kind. Let me share that again, right? Everything we produce after its own kind. And I'm just giving you guys some business principle because I think you guys will keep them for the rest of your life, right? So everything we produce after its own kind. By the way, guys, I didn't set up this business principle. They're already there. You just have to, sometimes some of us are not aware of them, right? How many of you, honestly, be honest with me, you have a hard time when people is trying to sell you something? Is that you? By the way, I ain't gonna judge you. It's not a test, right? How many of you have a hard time when someone approach you and they're trying to sell you? If that's you, please be honest. The DJ, that's me. When somebody's trying to come to you and say they want to give you their sales pitch, for some reason you're like, man, I don't want to buy from you. Like, you can type that in the chat, by the way. Okay, nobody. I mean, I am in the right room. Nobody got a problem when people try to sell. Yo, Tali Severs used to, so she's no longer that way. That's good. Okay. everything you produce after its own kind, guys. What do I mean by that? Now, if you have if you have everything we produce after its own kind, think you could Quincy. Let's say you have a mango tree. Obviously, my design is not the best. Let's say you have a mango tree, guys. Okay, we have all the mangoes here. Okay, those are the mangoes. I consider them the mangoes. If you wanna reproduce mangoes, guys, what do? Talk to me, my people.
You grow a mango seed.
Huh?
Grow a mango seed.
You put a mango seed. It's a smart guy right there, right? Mango seed. Did we do a pineapple seed?
Then you get a pineapple tree. If you want a mango tree, you need a mango seed.
Got you. What if we want to do avocado? What do?
Get an avocado seed.
Okay, we don't do a mango seed to try to create an avocado, right? So would you guys agree that's already the way the God already set it up? So if you want to become the type of guy, the type of salesperson that sell to a lot of people, and I know some of you already said it, guys. You know what? Need to sow a seed of its kind. Thank you very much, Sitamos. That's a nice way to put it, right? You know, I can say it that way because my English is not that good. So I gotta say it my way, right? But thank you for that. But I love it. Need to sow a seed of its kind. I love it, right? So if you want to become that person, guys, that kind of person that can make a lot of sales, you cannot be afraid when somebody is trying to sell you something. If you want to become, you say, I love to buy. And at the same time, I love to sell too. And the fact that I love to buy, guys, I get to sell a lot of people. Because when somebody's trying to sell me, I'm like, bring it on, baby. Because I just love to buy. So if you want to become the kind of person, the kind of salesperson that sell to a lot of people, guys, please, you got to become that type of person first. Otherwise, if you see for some reason you are struggling with yourself, if for some reason you are struggling making 10 sales, 7 sales, 8 sales, 20 sales a week, guys, it's because when someone is trying to sell you something, you refuse to buy from them. Become the kind of person that love to buy. If you want to become the kind of person, guys, that sell a lot. The reason why I can sell a lot of product to other people is because I buy a lot too. So remember this all the time, guys. Everything we produce after its own kind. You got somebody that just joined us. All right, let's talk about some personal branding things. Just so you, how many of you guys agree you already have your personal brand already? If you think you think you already have your personal brand, type yes for me on the chat. If you think you already have your personal brand, type yes. Let me just say yes. Well, I got good news for you. It's not only just Lamisha. Everyone in this call right now already have the personal brand. Now, the thing is, if I go look at your Instagram, if I go look at your Facebook, what is your personal brand will say about you? If I go in your neighborhood and I ask, hey, do you know Sycamore? What would they say about you? If I go around your neighborhood and I see JATM, by the way, ATM, I like it, right? What would they say about you? This is already your personal. We are all born with our personal brand, guys. Now, I know the question you're probably asking me is, DJ, how do I grow my personal brand on social media? Right? But you're already doing it already right now. You're probably just growing it for the wrong reason. You're probably just growing it. By the way, if I'm coming a little bit too hard on you, if you see me in Brooklyn, don't jump me, by the way, right? But I just have to be honest, right? But you already have your personal brand, or you already may be growing it on the wrong direction and for the wrong reason. You're probably growing it because you want to see the girls, you want to look fly for the girls, right? You want to impress the girls, or maybe you want to show up to other people that's already broke already. But you already have your personal brand, you're already growing it. Now, what I want you to do right now, guys, is look at your IG, look at your Facebook, and ask yourself a question. The things that I post, the things that I share, are those things helping me to grow my business, or is it helping me to impact and inspire other people so I can do what God has already put me out there to do? You already have a personal brand. So if I go look at JATM IG right now, I can tell you exactly what Jay think about every single day. I can tell you what Jay's into. I can tell you what Sitamo is about. That's your personal brand. I know, I'm sorry, JTM, I pick, he's like, Jeff, if you go there, you're gonna tell a lot about me. But some of you're selling your product right now. I promise you, if I go on your page right now, I'm probably not gonna see nothing regarding to what you do in your IG. I probably don't see not even one post related to what you do. Now, how people can do business with you guys if they don't know what you do? How do you know? Like, let's say I move back to Brooklyn, I need some files, right? How would I know? Listen, I can call JATM if you not even one time on your page, you say, hey guys, I sell files. Hey guys, you can get free internet from me. Hey guys, these 5 ways you can save money in your internet bill. Guys, here's why you should choose Verizon Files. If people don't know you guys, they can flow you. You're telling me to talk about personal brand. We all already have a personal brand, but the problem is a lot of us build our personal brand to destroy us, not to build us. If you go on my page right now, Djeffson Athis on IG, you ain't gonna see no BS in there. Everything you're gonna see, and there's gonna be related to my business. You're gonna see it related to me growing my business, me growing my company. You obviously here and there, you're gonna see me dancing, because of course I love to dance. Even when I'm dancing, trust me, I'm still attract them in a way so they can come to the page so I can sell them. That's your personal brand. So you got to audit your personal brand right now to exactly what you desire in your life. Like, I mean, we have social media, but how many people, how many of you right now got like 5,000 followers on IG? If you got 5,000, I would just type 5K for me. If you got 5,000. Finest, say I have. Now, how many of those 5,000 people find this know that, you sell one of the best internet service out there? If they don't know you, they can do business. So I want you guys to go back, look at your personal brand, guys, and ask yourself, this is what I want people to think of me. This is the thing that I really want to project out there to other people? Because that's your personal brand. When people look at it, oh, I can say, oh, you know what, this girl, this is what she's about. Or this dude, oh, this is what he's about. He's about smoking weed. He's about trapping. She's about twerking. That's your personal brand. So you have to go and look at it first and audit and clean it. By the way, I'm not saying you have to if this is the type of personal brand you want to build. So I knew when I wanted to build a multi-million-dollar business and I had to have a personal brand, I came up with my story. So the first thing to build in a personal brand, guys, you have to tell your story. This is the #1 best piece of marketing you can create, your story. This is the thing that's going to make people follow you. These people are going to make people love you. One of my story in 2019 went viral with over 3 million views right now on Facebook, 2 million views on YouTube. That one piece of content that took me 5 minutes to create helped me build multiple million-dollar businesses. That one piece of content. What's your story? And I want to know the painful part. I don't want to know the cool part of you. I want to know like the struggles, the things that you have to overcome in your life that get you where you are. So you want to start over about building a personal brand? Now I want you to go back and write your story. Take 3 minutes, 5 minutes, shoot a video. Everybody got a cell phone right now. You need a fancy camera. Say, hey, you know what, guys? Hey, my name is Quincy Sim. You know what? Believe it or not, now I build a multi-million-dollar, $7 million business. What a multi-million-dollar business? It didn't start that way. In fact, this is all my struggle. This is all the things I had to deal with and all the things I had to overcome in my life. And if you are somebody and finish that with a message of encouragement. So the first piece of content you guys need to create, if you care about building a personal brand, is the story. This is the thing that you got to take your time. This is the masterpiece. You got to take your time to create. So we guys got that. Second, we got to audit the profile, guys. I mean, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, go on IG, look at it. If anything in there you don't like, you don't think like this is the impression that you really want to give to people, then obviously you get to make that decision. Second, you want to build a personal brand, guys, you have to become findable. Jeff, what do you mean by become findable? A lot of people say, Jeff, I don't have leads. Jeff, I can't get leads. I can't get enough clients. Because you are not putting enough content out there to attract people so they can become a lead. You don't have a lead problem. You have a problem because you're not creating enough content. You're not sharing your journey. You don't want to share the passion of what you do. How often do you, when you're in the field, guys, you share, hey guys, I'm in the field. Hey man, I just got beat up by a customer. I just got a customer that literally just slammed the door in my face. Bang! I just got a dude that literally hold the door and then wait for a second and like, blah! I just got a gun pull on me, right? It's part of the business. Been there, done that. You guys probably don't have to do any of that. Me and Q, we had to deal with it, all of that. But how many times you share that? Because you might think this is not the thing. That's the thing that's going to make people relate to you. How many times when you got a win in the field, it was like, yeah, I just got this customer. She was like, I'm not interested. And you know, I overcome that objection, baby. And then boom, she's signing my paper. Quincy do this all the time in front of you guys. You want to build a personal brand? That's all it takes. You have to share content. Now, if I keep sharing content about me selling Verizon Fios, me have the best internet right now, when somebody want to have internet, who do you think they're going to come to? You think they're going to call Verizon? No, bro, they're going to remember you. Ask Quincy, even if I stop doing door-to-door since 2020, if I don't still send him referral till today. I'm out of the business. I still send him referral till today. Why? Because I put my name out there. If people don't know you, they can't do business with you. So you want to build a personal brand, guys, you have to create content. Reels is killing it nowadays. While you're in the field, before you wake up, boom, what you do? You take a like little piece of video. Once you get to the sales meeting like this, you take a little piece of it. Boom. When you get in the field, you take a little piece of it. When you get somebody that say, you know what, man, I don't want Verizon, I hate Verizon, take a little piece of it. Later on, you close a customer, take a little piece of it. At night, when you beat up, you actually got home around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Man, oh my God, guys, I just got home. You take that, create a reel. Watch how your audience will start. You start building that audience. But if you don't do anything, guys, you ain't gonna grow. Remember, be, do, have. You gotta do the work. Then, you know, having a lot of clients, you'll have a lot of it. It's 10:54. Last one, guys. Last one I want to share with you. If you guys with me, say I'm ready. If you guys with me, say I'm ready. Strategic partnership.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Strategic partnership. Now the collaboration is the new currency. You got to collaborate with people. And the reason why till today I still get a lot of referral is because maybe I understood something that most door-to-door guys didn't understand. I understand the power of strategic partnership and the power of collaboration. You got to collaborate with others who now have the type of customers you desire. And when I used to do Verizon Fios, I didn't have the cool free internet stuff. I heard Quincy told me this when you guys have fancy, you guys free internet Fios. What? What? Oh my God. Free internet Verizon Fios, you guys selling that? I'm jealous, by the way, just so you guys know. They wait till I leave, now they give you guys free internet. Anyway, but who can you guys collaborate right now that's gonna be able to send you customers? And when I used to do Fios, it's a lot of high-end buildings in downtown Brooklyn. Guess what I did, baby? Some of this building, they won't let me go door knock on them. They wouldn't let me door knock. First, you guys see this. I'm sorry, you know, it's crazy. I'm a dark-skinned brother. I don't speak proper English. They ain't gonna let me go door knock. You know, they ain't gonna door knock their door. They kick me out. It's the truth. Listen, I ain't feeling bad about it. But guess what I did? At least I can wear a suit. At least I can try to get married to the leasing department. I can bring them some donut, and I get there, baby. Say, man, hey, bro, I know you got a new building opening up. What can I do? Right? You always want to give first before you get. What can I do? And so at least I can handle all your customers for you. So when they come in, they don't got to call Verizon. They can just call me and I'll be able to take care of all of them. What do you need from me? Well, if you guys know, I don't know if you know this building in downtown Brooklyn is it's called it's on Skemmerhorn. I don't remember how you call it. So it's 700 units in downtown Brooklyn. Next to the Apple Store, 333 Skemmerhorn, 700 units. I closed every single one in that building. How many doors did I knock? 0. How many referrals? All those 7 units come to me because of strategic partnership. One of the building I live in downtown Brooklyn, the red building in the corner on top of the Barclays Center. I live in that building. Same thing. I went downstairs. Say, hey man, for every client you send me, man, I'm sending you $50, bro. Guess what? Every time somebody move in, they give them a pamphlet with my number. Hey DJ, I just moved into this building to unit this. Would you be able to set me up for files? Sure, ma'am, I can. I didn't have to do a lot of things. How many real estate agents you guys know that people moving in every single day? How many units that in any new building that you guys know that's about to open up right now?
Many buildings.
Mike said many buildings. It's a lot of them, guys. That's how I became, that's why people say, well, Jeff, why you made so many sales? Why? Because I understood the value of strategic partnership. You got to collaborate. Instead of trying to compete, man, take one day out of the week. I don't know if it's a Sunday. Say, you know what? I'm going to work on my strategic partnership game right now. I want to have a list of 20 realtors. I want to have a list of 20 buildings. So when people need fires, when people need, they don't call nobody else but Lamisha, but Mike Kaufman.
So that's the one big win, really big win I've had so far with Bridge the Gap has been a strategic partnership with a building.
I mean, that's one of the big wins. I knock the doors too, bro. Trust me. I don't want you to just focus on just doing the strategic partnership. I love the doors, bro. That's where you that's where you learn the skills. Be in the door.
The doors are amazing, but the strategic partnership enabled me to sell 16 accounts in one day.
I mean, you wake up sometime, your email will you won't know what to do. But you got to do all of it. You won't know what to do. Otherwise, it's 10:54, so we had an hour. Q, I don't know if you want to do some Q&A. Guys, thank you so much. Listen, I don't know if you're questioning yourself if this is the right opportunity for you or not, but you see it on the 4 level of value. If you become a master sales guy, I keep using the word mastery for a reason, guys. I'm not saying being just somebody we want to get by. I'm talking about a pro. When I say, hey, I need to think about it, you know exactly what to say. When I say I need to speak to my wife, you know exactly what to say. When I say, you know what, I'm not interested, you know exactly what to say. That's what I mean by a pro. That's what I mean by mastery. If you don't think this is the right opportunity for you, man, I think this is gonna do it for you. You are in the right business. You're at the right place at the right time. You have a great leader that can literally take you from whatever money you are making right now to 6-7 figure. Now, the question is, are you willing to let him do that to you? Like, I came from nothing. I came from 0. Couldn't speak English. Like, I live in the basement in downtown Brooklyn. I hang out with roaches and bed bugs and eat sodas and yeah, I know JT. I'm just like, God damn, man, right? I got to tell you the hard part. I slept in my car, all those snows and, all the crazy snow, all the crazy, cold in New York. I literally walked from freaking Ocean Avenue to all the way to Coney Island, the cold Coney Island that, knocking doors, guys. I did all of it. The slamming door, the piss, the smelly piss in the project. The people, I literally slammed the door in my face. But all of this turned me into a multi-million-dollar man. You guys can do the same thing. It's the same business. And it's funny enough, I didn't have that type of leader at that time because Quincy wasn't over the boss. I had a chance to talk to him all the time. He didn't have that type of leadership. You guys have a great leader you guys can learn from. Take the information. I know some of you probably 19, 20, 21, maybe 30, whatever it is, guys. The energy you have right now, you ain't gonna have it in 10 years. Like, save your money, reinvest the money. I mean, obviously, I know Misha is there, man. Make sure if you got fuck up credit, fix it. You will need it. And there's nothing to be ashamed about it. One time I fuck up my credit too, but I fixed it. It's okay. When you're young, you come to him, you start making money in door to doors, you start buying the cars and stuff. I didn't know better. fix it. Like spend $500, $900, guys, fix it. Make sure you have good credit. Your money, take it at this time, keep your cash because it's gonna be, they call talk to you now is a recession. So you're gonna be able to buy stuff for cheap. I can have that conversation with you because I know you can go out there this week. If you want to make $3,000, you go make it. And nobody can stop you but yourself. So thank you so much, guys. If you guys have some question, I'll be more than happy to do some Q&A. Q, the floor is yours, sir.
Wow, guys, give it up for DJ. Give it up, guys. Let's just make some noise. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Thank you, DJ. Thanks.
Yes, amazing.
Powerful.
Yes.
Great. Great.
So much
This was a
value, so much
blessing.
value.
This was a true blessing. Wow.
Thank you.
You know, I just want to make sure that we give you your flowers right now. You know, we've watched, I've watched DJ grow into the man that he is now. And this is exactly why I call him my mentor and my coach now at this point, because he is so busy studying, so busy filling up. I feel like I have 4 arms, right? I feel like I have 4 legs. I feel like I have 2 heads. Why? Because when I give him a call, everything that's inside of his brain is mine. It's mine, guys. And I just want to make sure that you guys know you want to definitely stay close to the fire because that's where it's lit at. You know, if you have someone that can challenge you, if you have someone that can give you the game, if you have someone that is actually putting in the work, then stay close to that. Don't run from that. I think now that you guys understand what the community is about here at Bridge the Gap Marketing, we want to make sure that you guys grow and we respect who you're going to become. With that being said, guys, we will see you all next week. Let's make sure that we kill it. I want to kick ass and take names. I know you guys are ready. Let's get it, guys. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thanks, DJ.
All right, no
Yeah.
problem, Q. Bye.